Hello everyone, and I hope you're all having a great start to the week. I will be having a drink every now and again. There you go. There is other drinks, but I prefer that one. In comments, say hello. Likes if you don't mind, because that's always good. If you're enjoying it. And let's have a look. Who we got? Wayne Gulwell. Wayne, I hope you're doing very well. Hiya everyone. Hope you are well, and I've shared it out. Thank you for that, Wayne. Nigel Porter. Hi, guys. How you doing? I hope you're good, Nigel. And he's also shared as well. Jacqueline Dixon. How you doing? Thanks for sharing, everyone. And Jacqueline, it'd be great for a catch-up, actually, because I know you've been getting up to a few things. Julie Nichols of DNTV, how you doing? And Nigel Porter's doing well. Samantha Baker, good evening. Good evening to you. And today we'll be talking to Daryl from Lost Souls and also DNTV. So we're going to be talking about paranormal. If there's any subjects you want us to look at, talk about, put them in comments. We're going to be looking at a few things, but also just, talking to Daryl, because he's in Red Rejects, we have DNTV on, and Lost Souls, and it's a network of people, sharing ideas, experiences in paranormal, and doing paranormal. So yeah, it'd be great to talk to everyone, and yeah, we'll put Daryl on if that's good. Hi, Daryl. How you doing?
Hello. How are we?
Yes, good. Thank you. And just want to say hello as well to Robert Humphreys. How you doing, Robert?
Hello,
and
Robert.
Yeah, I've got something to catch up with Robert about. Actually, came to me at weekend. But I'll be honest with you. I often get that. I ain't got a clue about something. I go to sleep and I wake up and it's there in my head.
Yeah, I'll get that as well. So I don't know what it's called either, but it's obviously something. It's called. It'd be good to research on that, but yeah, it's a common thing for me.
Yeah, it's and they said they haven't really pinned down human subconscious properly, but it's like you go to sleep and your brain's had time to just think, right? Because you're not there awake worrying about what's for tea or something, and it's probably just had time to come up with an idea or something. Yeah, I'll have to have a look into that, definitely. So are you all right then, Daryl?
I am very well. Are you?
Good, thank you. And yeah, we were just saying before live, it's the first time we've had a proper chat, isn't it?
It is indeed, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just as it's fallen, joining with network, things like that. I've been in London, been all over the place. So, but I'm pretty much back to normal. Well, Harfield's laughing at normal being used in that context, but as normal as I can be, I guess. And yeah, it's good to talk to you, Daryl. From Lost Souls, tell me a bit about yourself. Like where paranormal started for you. That kind of thing, and what you're looking for as well.
Yeah. Well, obviously, as most of you probably know, I'm Daryl from DNTV, but also Lost Souls. I started properly doing like filming and going out in 2019, but from first experience with the paranormal as a young kid, as a child, saw my first ever experience with a spirit face to face. Made me run under the duvets of the beds. But yeah, so 2019 properly did this, and then finally to this day physically fixed with Lost Souls permanently. So a lot of people told me that Lost Souls is a good name being given, and I think it's quite good because it's an all-rounder, so not just spirits or the paranormal, it's literally buildings, anything that's lost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because on my thing, it's because at first on this badge here, literally just had obviously paranormal. Then I thought, well, lost souls can be about anything, not just paranormal. So I changed it up and put exploration and
Mm.
paranormal hunting stuff like that. So yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, it does. Yeah, and like you were saying there, also including buildings, because there's a lot of I think people give buildings a soul in a way.
Mm.
It like in a way like collective memories, and to a point where you can walk into one and you can pretty much tell sometimes. Well, there's somewhere you walk into and you can just tell it's steeped in some kind of history. Like old workplaces where it were buzzing with people, and then it's empty, and then those you can see it in eyes that people what go back. They go back, they look at it, and it's like they're seeing it totally different to what you are. It's amazing, really. David Stevenson, hello. But yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. Do you like urban exploring as well?
I do. Yeah, I've done it way before I set the paranormal up. I just found it, yeah, because the oldness of the building, the history of what it would have been or what it was, just very intrigued. For me, when I would go into buildings that are abandoned, I would always imagine how it would look, because sometimes buildings, when you go into buildings, you don't necessarily know what it would have been used for or who lived there. So it would just literally be an empty shell. So every time that I'd go in there, I'd always imagine what it might have looked like. And not everywhere is going to have pictures or show you resemblance of what it was.
Yeah, that's true actually, because there were an old like stately home that we went into, and there always this theory that it was used as an hospital at some point, but you couldn't find anything, and we went in, and we were allowed to go in, and we had a look round. It was proper rundown, and just on an off chance, the floors didn't exist. It wasn't ground floor. We walked across. I walked across and I went, hey, some doors here. Went through. We're having a look. They look like hospital doors. Like square holes with metal going through. The grids with glass. I opened it, and then on wall it said bed call. And you could see it was set up for beds.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, that's just answered it. No matter what, it was some sort of hospital. It might have only been small, but then someone else saw in loft some old patient records on paper, still in loft. Oh, wow. I couldn't believe it, and it was kind of just like a theory at that point. If it were used as an hospital.
Yeah.
Samantha Baker's put something there. So when people die, the people have been testing with cameras, and some are stating that, and some people have apparently captured something leaving human body as people have died. I've heard about this, and there's been films with that kind of thing.
Yeah. I've seen pictures of it.
Times. Yeah. Victorian times.
That's why they used to take pictures of their dead relatives.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's always interesting with that. I've not looked into it too much, but I wonder if they have caught anything that we can see.
Yeah, definitely be good. I reckon more people should try and get evidence like that. I know it's a bit of an iffy situation like that, but
yeah,
it's good to see that there is an actual soul, living in us that's keeping us alive. And once we cannot live on in the body, that we will have to leave. But obviously, the old times they would do it because it's back then. they would go around things differently to us today. But
Yeah.
you know, would we get like recent pictures? Obviously, it'd be good to see what it's like. So
Yeah. Yeah, because they were more open to like making death masks, and like you were saying, they used to take photos, didn't they?
Back in Victorian times, they took photos of the relatives when they were dead.
Dead, or some even when they were on the way, they were dying. So yeah, it's yeah, like you said there, yeah, different things and different opportunities of capturing things, I guess.
yeah.
Just say hello to Rosie Page.
Hello.
Hello to Leslie Hudson.
Hello.
Samantha Baker. Is there any way I can swap my building of myself to something better than me? Oh, I don't think you need to do that, do you? We're all temples. We're all temples.
Well, with that question, I reckon that would only happen when you pass, wouldn't it? So you couldn't physically die to get your soul. That's the only way. Is if your body dies, isn't it? Swap
Yeah.
your body.
I mean, that's a good point, that, Darryl, because a lot of mediums say, oh, I see this person and they look like this, and it's a younger version, and they describe a younger version of the person than when they passed. And you often ask, like, oh, how's that work? And they say, well, they go to a time when they were at the best, kind of thing. And it's like, that's interesting.
Flatliners. Yes.
Rosie Page, have you seen the movie Flatliners? I haven't.
No, I haven't. No, is it an old or is it a newish?
It's oldish, isn't it?
It's oldish, classic. Kiefer Sutherland's in it.
Yeah, Keith Sutherland's in it.
Lost Boys.
Yeah, and they're a bunch of friends, aren't they? And is it? I'm trying to think, because have you found yourself with watching that many movies? They all merge into one at some point. So it's like,
yeah.
It's a good film.
I was quoting bits at one point. We're talking about Freddy Krueger, and I was quoting a scene about that included Mike Myers, and I'm like, I got it all mixed up. But Flatliners, I think they're a bunch of friends, and they get it so the person dies, and then they try and figure out so they can have an experience of what's after death, in death, and then they bring her back to life after a certain amount of time.
But it gets close.
Yeah, he starts wanting to push it, so he's dead for a bit longer and a bit longer.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a good one.
You'll have to watch that one, definitely.
Yeah. There we go. Charles Rudd from
Hello
Texas.
there.
Hello. Louis Addo, how you doing?
Hello.
I was talking to Louis, so it's about crime, like serial killers, things like that. So that's a show what will be coming on. Rosie Page, we are temples. Yes, temples. And why are spirits very intelligent?
Well, you got to think. So the soul is human, but without body. So you're still got to have brains, just in the spirit world, like version. But we just don't have a body. That's what I keep telling when people ask that sort of question and something like that. It's you got to think. The soul is just without the body, so you're still got to have functions and do stuff, and can still talk. Obviously, in a different level to what we're on. You know what I mean? So that's the only way really explaining it. Still the same, just without the body.
Yeah, and yeah, I like that, because if it's on a wavelength as well, is it that it could be connected to all other wavelengths all at the same time? There's no physical boundary, is there? I guess.
Yeah. Obviously, you've got to get like spirits that are confused and don't know they're dead, but then that's the cases of that you've died suddenly. So with that shock of dying, they're just confused and don't realise until physically someone probably will say, "Oh, unfortunately, you are dead," and then they're probably realisation of oh, okay, then the spirit, do I don't know, whatever do, go to the light or do whatever. But yeah, it's
Yeah, like especially if they're up, like wanting something, like wanting to watch someone to make sure they're okay. Or yeah, I get you on that. All right, yeah. When we mentioned how spirits come across, I think, hiya Dawn. I hope you're all well. Dawn's put, or maybe they are presenting themselves the way they want to be remembered, or you remember them the best. I like that myself.
that's a good. Yeah.
Just, yeah.
It's definitely one that you'd have to like think like. I don't know. It's weird because to really study and understand, you would have to die to go over to the other side and be like a journalist, and then come back.
Yeah.
But it's like impossible to do that because it's the fact that you could go to the other side and say, oh, I'm going to write this and get information. But then where you've been along so long, the body can't have your spirit back because the body's been dead for too long. So it's a bit of a situation that you'd wish to happen but couldn't because of the body itself.
Yeah, I get with that actually. Yeah, because and there's a lot as well. What said there's spirits at certain levels can't say too much. So there's limits what they can explain to us. Apparently, that's what I've heard said. And I've always read that from. But even when we first started looking into things, I've read that there's this limit. I don't know if I totally understand that. I've not thought about it properly, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
Nigel Porter says,
"Hello, Nigel. Hello. How are you today?"
I hope it's been a good start to the week, Daryl.
Well, yeah. Today it's been sorting some stuff out. But yeah, it's been a busy, productive day today. So
it is always good. It is always good. Samantha Baker is an Arbor person. Not all of them. Is any Arbor person? That's a good point.
I believe it. I mean, myself, I think it's a materialistic trap of some remnant soul. It's either that or dust.
Well, I say there's dust, water, other things. But I have seen an orb, just one by itself, in a room where there were no other orbs at the time on that camera, and this one orb we're moving around in a like systematic way, not floating or being rushed by wind. It was just acting like I don't know, like someone moving.
I think because a lot of people get mistaken with dust to orbs, and I think it's the way it produces itself. So with dust, I usually, when I look at a video and see a dusty room, someone's recorded it, generally tell the difference if you know what you're looking for. But with dust, it'll go in one way, but where an orb can go in any different direction, be any shape, any color. That's what I mean. So, because if you look at a video someone's recorded and it's proper dusty, they've disturbed something, so all this dust's going everywhere. Look at the pattern it's going at compared to orbs. So it's the pattern usually in it that it's weird. Orb is the same color as dust usually. It's weird. It's why is it the same rough color? And that's why people are like, what's the difference, or how can you tell that was dust or that was an orb? You think it's very true, because you've got to think, why is it that color and not always like, because it's never ever really another color, is it? It's always usually the same color. It's only very rarely you'd get an orb a different color or different shape. I
get you with that as well, because I mean, there's a lot of orbs. When you look at loads of different orbs and stuff, there's a lot of white, mostly like white specks, aren't there?
people.
But yeah, then if it's in the day, you might get that rich green one, and what could be sun light reflecting somewhere on lens or something. But yeah, if you see one like acting totally out of order, and then you look at it and it's changing colour, like you said, you don't usually get that, do you? You know. So
No.
yeah, what's thoughts when people see that? Because it's not normal. Annette says, good evening to all from DNTV.
Annette, thank you for watching.
And that's just jumped. Rosie Page, I believe we could achieve higher intelligence once we leave confines of our human body, maybe detached from the ego. Yeah, that's possible. I just wondered, have you ever had any of those experiences, like out of body experiences? You've gone asleep, you've seen yourself asleep in bed, or anything like that?
I've never really had that experience, no. But I've obviously with dreams, I've had it feels so realistic, but I've never really seen myself. No.
Yeah. Even those dreams, though, those what like this, they feel like they're real at the time. Some say that you've got your dreams, and then you've got out of body experiences where you're looking at yourself. But then those dreams, what are really real, is more like an astral travel.
Yeah, I've been told that, and they said you have to be, when you have them sort of dreams, you have to be careful because, like, so when you have a dream that is real, you have to be careful who's in it and what's in it, because before I moved, I was obviously friends with someone down south, and they're like a medium and psychic as well as they do other stuff. But they said, like, be careful when you are in that dream, because if you do see some sort of spirit or darkness of a spirit, they can attack you in your dream. And it's like I never thought of it like that before, because I never knew like why some dreams so real compared to others, And then I was thinking that is true, where you're having a sort of out of body experience, it's not normal. So I don't know, I think them sort of dreams are out of body experience more. I don't know whether it's to the body or just the mind.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. Sex. Dawn just says, "Is it brain? Is it is it your brain, or is it another consciousness kind of thing?" Like, that's hard, isn't it? That
it is. It is very hard, because you had a dream and you saw yourself, and say, I don't know, you tested it, so like you really like punch yourself or something in the arm. You knew where it was, and then when you woke up, you checked and you saw that bruise, and you thought, well, that's weird, because I had a dream and I punched myself in that area, and then I woke up, I physically just looked at it, and there's a bruise, like a punch. You know what I mean? I don't know. Would you need to test yourself to see what level it is on? Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it's that weird time when you think, I kind of wish I were videoing myself asleep at that point. What were happening? Because there were once, there's been a couple of times actually, I've had a dream, someone's attacked me. So in my sleep, I've attacked back, and I punched corner of me, my bedside thing, drawers.
Yeah.
Corner of that, and it was sharp edge as well, and I cut all my knuckle there, and I punched it as hard as I could because it was in my sleep. Something were attacking me, I forgot at the time, and I just went like that, and then I woke up to my hand catching corner of my bedside drawers. Oh, that really did hurt. And I've done it again before. Sleep, something were happening, and I've woke up punching pillar. It is, wife said it's only that far away from it. I'm like, oh my God, can you explain? You can't explain that one away, can you? I've been caught. I'm like, oh God. So it were a dream, and I woke up to me punching. Luckily, I must have got up in my sleep, and punched my own pillar, and not just turned round and did it. But it all happened in a few weeks, so I'm like, I weren't going through all difficult or anything. I just had a few weeks where I were having these awful dreams, and next night I slept downstairs on settee to make sure I didn't get into any trouble.
Yeah. Well, I've had them dreams, like literally, you know, and then been running. For some reason in my dream, I've gone running, but then I've woke up running, and I'm like, I've literally got myself out of bed running, and then I had to stop myself. It's just like, what the hell? It's like, you know, I thought it was just in my dream. Then you wake up physically live, you think, oh right, okay, it actually happened. You know what I mean? My body is physically running with me in my dream.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You wake up in a confusion, don't you? It's like, oh, what's going on here? You know, it's like it puts you out for a little bit. Yeah, it's strange, but at the same time, I've often thought this because when I had a dog, you turn around and its legs are moving like this, and you think it must be dreaming. It's asleep, it's dreaming, and it's running. That's when you think some animals have these they have dreams, you know, and I just find it really interesting that, because it's like you said, you wake up, like if you fall asleep in day and you wake up a few hours later. One memory I've got of being really young, I woke up and I thought it was next morning, but it weren't. It was tea time. And I was so confused. It left me like with an headache. I was like, oh, is it Sunday or Saturday? You know, I didn't know where I was.
Yeah, you do. Like them ones, like I remember when I went, like just recently went down south to Step Sisters, and obviously first night there. And then I woke up, like thinking I was at mine, but no, I was at my sister's like spare room, and I was thinking that well weird. Like why was I imagining I was in my room, but I'm in my sister's spare room, and I'm like, that's weird. Like, why is that trying to show me something? I knows that I'm not there. You know what I mean? It's weird.
It is. Yeah, I mean, there were one time we had just finished school. We'd finished that. Yeah, we finished school altogether. I went to a party at my friend's house, and I stayed over. So I slept on the settee, and I know my head were furthest away from French doors, because I thought I'd put my head there, right, so I could, but you know, if I wanted to, I could just keep an eye on French doors if someone were coming in. I woke up next morning and my head were at the other side of settee. So I'm like, that's when it dawned on me, I must have proper got up and gone and sat back down, or laid down and put cover over myself, and totally not. I didn't know a thing about it. Just woke up totally on the other side at settee, and I also remember seeing I don't know if you've ever seen anyone sleepwalk. Have you ever? My sister was just remembering caravan.
Yeah.
Watching TV, my sister walks in to the living room, looks at us, and just walks back into bed. And she had her eyes shut. So I was like, what's going off there? I think my mum said, yeah, well, I was like, right, okay, that was creepy. What's going off there? And then my mum said, oh, yeah, she does that. She sleepwalks. I'm like, oh, right. And I just thought, wow, that's so weird. That you can do all this asleep and not know a thing about it. It makes you think what you could get up to.
True.
Samantha Baker, do you think spirit uses time gates, past and future?
That's
it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing, because us being here, we know where we are, but is there a past still? Is there a future? It's one that we, you know,
yeah,
it's hard to say whether, you know, spirits, like we could be spirits to the spirits, and spirits could be the living. You know what I mean? It's who's to know? It's like you
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah, I get you on that. Yeah, I mean, with us being physical, is time just a barrier for us? And like Dom just says there, absolutely enough. When you leave the body, does time really matter on the other side? Does it? Does it all just fold into one or something? Yeah.
But imagine that you die, and then you go over, and then you are a spirit, but you have to do normal jobs and stuff like that. That'd be quite funny to find out, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Just have a light, walk to it, and to see someone with a sign or something. Oh, Daryl was like, huh? What? I thought I just died. Yeah, you have. This is the other side. It's different. You know, we're still, you could be like, you're still living. You know what I mean? Still doing stuff here. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. All right. So I've just died to just live in the spirit. Yeah, you don't know. It's one of them that you'd have to find out, but it's something that you know you can't really find out, and because you don't know what would happen. That's what I mean. Try it and not come back. That's the thing. Be permanently stuck there.
Yeah. You can imagine it being like that waiting room in Beetlejuice, isn't it? Take a number, and then just sat there while everybody else was working in post room, and you're gonna get a job gig to you.
It would be funny. It would be funny, but like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I've been doing that job for 10 years already, and I've ended up doing it again. Great. give me a different one. Which one? Okay. Just lost the screen there for a minute. As we were talking about orbs, Dawn put, when it comes to orbs and you encounter them, does a sensitive ever pick up anything from them? Well,
I don't. This is weird because most people see orbs through the camera. And then I've recently, since obviously last year, talking to a lot more people with paranormal, like obviously witches, but they say you can physically see orbs with your own eyes. And I was just like, but that I wouldn't know because I've never seen an orb through with my eyes, but I've seen them through the cameras. But apparently most people can see them through their own eyes. But
yeah,
it'd be weird to see it through your eyes because you'd be like, oh, I'm not through a camera or anything.
Yeah. I do remember a piece of evidence we had. Medium that were in room at time says, oh, I can feel something over there. So I just took a random picture over in that direction. And then you turned and videoed in that direction.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know where you're on about. It was a private case, weren't it?
It was a private case, yeah. And I took a photo. I had an orb in the photo, and you had an orb on the video.
Like an orb, but a smudge.
Like a weird smudge orb. Yeah, it weren't round. It was like, smudge. Go across.
But it was the exact same time as when that medium said that they saw something in that direction.
Yeah, so medium says something's going off over there. So the video and camera both picked something up at the same time. So we found that interesting because we can get that an orb can occur, on one lens, but it weren't like it was surrounded with other orbs. There were no other orbs. It was just
this weird, smudgy one.
Yeah, just a weird, smudgy orb.
I think if you pick up on spirits and obviously people see and talk to spirits, you're going to pick up this spirits being in a room with you, and most 10 10 out of 10, you are going to get an orb or a form of orb, like in a picture or camera, because it's the orb's a form of a spirit, like either, I don't know, I wouldn't say forming, or is it? I'm not too sure, but it's where you see a orb, you're gonna have a spirit.
Yeah.
Like whether I know that some spirits can be there and not show themselves like with feeling it. They would just stand there like invisible, so no one can detect there's a spirit there at all, like on camera, or if it's like a medium that they can choose whether to be physically, there to be sent, like picked up, or just be there and just be like quiet and just not be noticed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I suppose would it depend on what intention is? I guess spirit, like that's another comment, but just attached to this, why would some spirits scratch people?
Now, I reckon, because I looked into this, and obviously I was speaking to Drew about this, I think, a couple of weeks ago, and saying that I reckon the difference in scratches. So the scratches is, it could be that you was there annoying them, and they've warned you through like over their voices, and you just stand there and ignore them. The scratch with like a normal nice ghost is them saying, "Oh, I don't want you being here. I've told you," and you're ignoring it. This is a little warning, not to harm you, but just to say, "Can you please leave my area? I don't want you being here. You're invading my space." And then, the other scratch is where dark demonic spirits are in that area, and again, they could be saying, "I don't want you in here. You're annoying me," and then scratch you, but they're scratching you to like burn mark you because they're angry, but they could want to, put themselves onto you. Like, they would want to get out of you or something. So they think, well, scratch you and then go with you to wherever you go home, like go home or wherever.
Yeah.
So I do believe there's different types of scratches. The normal nice spirit scratching you say, go away. And then obviously dark ones saying again, but then adding the fact that they want to like attach themselves to you and then go home. You know what I mean? And then start making trouble elsewhere if they want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get that. Yeah, it's like we had a pet dog what did that. If you were tormenting it, it'd give her a little nip, or like if you stood on its paw by accident or something, just a little nip, as in, "Oi, watch out," But obviously, it weren't a bite. It never bit me.
Yeah.
So I get you, yeah. Like one's like, watch out, while, like you said, we're a more negative force. It's more of an attack, isn't it? It's like
to leave them all.
Yeah, just I want to leave a mark on you. Yeah. I get you.
It makes sense because a lot of people I have noticed watching YouTube, and a lot of people straight away, "Oh, they're in the haunted place. Oh, it's got to be demonic or it's a demon or the devil." And you think, no, you've literally got to go in there open-minded, and physically go into a building and not think it's going to be haunted. Like, go in there and then ask questions to find out from any spirits that is there. Literally, don't always assume it's going to be associated with one thing. Because not every spirit is one thing. It's so many different styles of spirits. You physically go in there, walk into a building, you may know it's haunted already, but go in there just, like you're learning, like you already know these things, but go in there as a student.
Yeah,
you got to do it from first level. You got to go in there,
Yeah.
But
yeah. Like this is an empty building until I'm told or shown otherwise, kind of thing. It's just I get you on that. Yeah.
That's why a lot of people should go into a building, an area, and not always associated with what is being told about it. Just
Mm.
go in there, blank piece of paper.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I think it's a better way, because it's like that, isn't it? You could build yourself up. So you hear something, you go, right, that could be a knock. But really, it's just like any other building noise. And then sometimes, if there is something there, if you put too much out, you could be feeding it something false. I don't know. So I like that. Yeah, go in kind of with a blank mind about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw this one, Samantha. If I see myself dead, I reckon I would panic, to be honest. I remember a dream where I was shot dead on a train, and I saw myself shot. And I woke up thinking, wow, that's dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
It's a bit scary though, isn't it? If you did go into a dream and saw yourself dead, because you've got. In my eyes, I'd look at myself and I'm like, I just actually died in my own dream, like literally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
you got to ask your dreams, isn't it? Because it's you know.
It definitely woke me up. I can see. The thing is, I can see that image now, and I'm talking. I must have been about 12 or something. It was an old-fashioned carriage. Seat were like this. I was sat on it, and someone shot me with a revolver.
In head or?
It was in chest.
Oh, that's terrible.
So I was shot in chest, and I saw myself slumped on the chair dead. And I woke up. I was like, whoa. I remember breathing in, like, gee, I thought, wow, that's a bit dark, isn't it? You know?
When you woke up, did you feel the effects though, where you were shot?
Do you know what? Funny enough, I remember waking up, taking a big deep breath in. No, I don't. I can't remember thinking like, oh, I've got a pain in my chest. I might not have been looking or trying to take it all in at the time.
I did that with an hernia.
Yeah, Phil, he had a dream that
I had an hernia.
That he had an hernia in
I
his
could
stomach.
feel my guts coming out my stomach. I was pushing it
Sorry
in.
for laughing, which
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm definitely one of these people that will laugh even when it's, and I don't mean to. It's just me. It's just
I do.
You know.
Yeah, but I woke up terrified, me nearly crying. So I'm like, I what am I going to do?
Oh, I hate all like that. So you had a dream that you had an hernia.
I was pushing it in.
And you're pushing your stomach.
Pushing my stomach back in.
What, when you woke up?
No, must have been when I was asleep. So when I woke up, I was terrified. I went to the mirror. I'm like, whoa, what's happening here?
Right. So yeah, bumming, eh? So
I've definitely had dreams like that where I've, in my dream, and I've had to check myself, woke up and had to check myself, and I'm like, it's just a dream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it is scary because, sometimes just literally waking up. So from the dream to waking up, you feel you haven't actually woken up. You just physically, I don't know, just like I couldn't explain it. It's just like physically, like you haven't just opened your eyes. You've had your eyes open all the time since from the dream to waking up. It's a weird feeling. It's definitely something that, again, would be good to look into. I know they do tests on the brain when you sleep, but I don't think they've done proper tests with the body in the sleep. I'm not too sure, but I know they do the brain, but with the body, it'd be good to see, maybe have a setup of how the body reacts or what comes from the body in dreams. And
it's
like make a sleep room.
Sleep room. Yeah, I mean, I know. It's like you said, they have done tests on people sleeping, and things like that. Because there's some people who have done some really funny stuff in the sleep. Well, not funny, but like even some have done dangerous stuff, like ended up walking in the street, sleepwalking, and the cars having to stop and stuff. when it gets like that, you're thinking, hey, how does this work? Yeah, it's quite, that's quite dramatic, you know.
It's scary because once if you did it and actually physically killed someone and didn't realise, but then you get found out you did do it and stuff like that because it's like Steve theory, but then you go to jail and you think, in a way, could you be done for a murder? I know you physically did it, but if you physically didn't do it, you know.
Yeah.
Someone got away with it in California, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm gonna say I've heard of a case like this, but I don't know
they
details.
They were famous. He woke up, killed his wife, but he did also other things. Weird.
Yeah, so he got away with it because he had a record,
The sleepwalking.
sleep stuff, doing sleep activities in his sleep. So you're saying he did actually kill his wife?
He killed his wife, and he did not. And they had polygraph tests and everything. They said,
I suppose when you do it like that, you'd be found out whether you did it or not, and if it comes back you were telling the truth, then we can't really.
You're going, aren't you? Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean with this. Yeah, yeah. Other than that, though, minus any kind of recordings, which you don't usually have when you're asleep, how would you prove it? It's like it's a dangerous one, isn't it? You know.
It is a very dangerous one.
Drew says hello to everyone.
Hello, Drew.
We've got Donna-Marie Kelch. How you doing?
Hello.
Annette says she's only ever seen one blue orb.
Ooh, blue.
Well, the weird thing is, I've seen the normal colour orb, the blue orbs. I've seen red orb. I've seen a black orb for some reason, and I knew it was black. It was whitish black. So, but that I couldn't tell you what it was, and it was definitely. I recorded it as well. I think it was with one of my exes. I recorded it, and it was just seeing this orb. And me and my ex were like literally looking at its camera, like following it, because it was proper slow in different directions. And we were just following it, and we were just like baffled because it's like we'd never seen it before. Like,
Yeah.
and it was just couldn't explain what it was because the way it was reacting was very slow in moving it, and it was definitely not a bug. It was zoomed in, you could tell it was an actual orb, and we just to this day could not tell you if that was a dark spirit, a good spirit, what it was at all. You know, because that's the other thing as well. Every orbs don't associate with just like normal spirits, because an orb could be any form, good, bad, human, not human. It varies, you know. Yeah, that was very. Yeah, I've never seen one since either. So I saw it again.
Yeah,
it'd be good to study it or try to study it at least.
Yeah, and also that's a good point, that, isn't it? If you don't see it loads of times and it's quite rare, you start thinking, right, really? I mean, I wonder what that were, you know, because it's a one-off, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. But it does make you think, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely on that, because it's yeah, especially when it's a one-off. Samantha Baker. What I can't understand is, since Earth was made of every man and woman, how can every spirit fit where they're in? Fit in spirit world. Yeah, I get that. At the same time, though, there's probably no there's no physical boundaries, is there? It's energy, isn't it?
So the amount of spirits in this world, and then where they've passed over, like what, billions, trillions, like don't know how many spirits now.
Yeah.
You think that they just literally, you know, if they're bumping into each other, would they go through each other? Stuff. You don't know. It's all the like obviously as we're living, if we just cram ourselves, we ain't going to be able to get past. But in the spirit world, it could be different. You know?
Yeah, and and I've often thought as well. For instance, Sky. If there's plenty of other TV providers, but this one is my example. If you think of Sky TV with like 900 channels, and if just on every channel they had a screen full of loads of different people, I mean, that's something we can achieve. We can achieve it using energy. So I suppose energy can hold a lot of information in in fresh air, I guess. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, it's an interesting one. Also, not every spirit would want to come back, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Like, yeah, I mean that gets me as well. Like when people ask, because I don't know, if there's spirits, why don't we pick any up from ancient civilizations and things like that?
well, that's the thing. You probably do, but you don't realise.
Yeah, you can't understand them. Yeah,
It's
Well, they
again,
don't you.
do they want to be seen? Do what they want to interact? Or are they just happy as they are in the spirit world? You know what I mean?
yeah,
You got to
definitely.
think that the lands that we're on, like in this room now, I could probably have thousands of spirits that go past, and we don't even know. You know,
Yeah.
and then maybe one or two would, make themselves known. You know, but you don't know how many spirits go past you every single day.
Yeah,
I mean, if I were a caveman, I'd just grunt.
it's food. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Who stuck a door on my cave?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'll be an angry.
that'd be an angry grunt. Yeah. Why is there a lot of people drinking out of cans in my cave?
Yeah.
Get out.
What's this black magic?
Yeah, what are you doing black magic for? What are you doing? Get out. So yeah, would they understand us? Would we understand them? And like you said, have we experienced them? We just don't know. It's all possible, I guess. Annette said my son's been scratched in a nightmare. Night here, but I get it, nightmare. I heard someone say,
It's a bit like Freddy, isn't it?
Yeah, Freddy Krueger. Someone said that science has shown where your brain thinks it's experienced something to a point where it causes a physical reaction on your skin. Like, now I didn't look it up properly if that were a definite thing, but basically, mental trauma causing a physical damage on your body. I mean, I don't know how that would work, but
Well, it's like if you get a scratch in your right hand and you scratch your left, you could take that scratch away, like the itchiness, because you're tricking the brain. But then some thumbs up for now. Oh, thanks. But yeah, it's just the brain in it. So literally, the brain could physically, again, like you said, form something. Because you got to think as well. A lot of people don't realise that your actions you take seconds before you even do them. So we ourselves, if I could put my left hand in the air, the brain's already thought about that way before I've even known about it. You know what I mean? So it's crazy that you can think like that, and it's true. Your brain is physically controlling you in the way, but you are doing the movements, but the brain's already, 2-3 steps ahead of you. And I mean, it's weird.
Yeah, and I totally get you with this with speed as well, brain, because my mum always tells us about when she fell out of bed. Now, she were in bed, and she went, as I fell out of bed, she were waking up, but she still had a dream kind of playing in her head as she were waking up. But point is, that dream where she were in an aeroplane's crashing, and she falls out of aeroplane and wakes up. Now, what I thought to that is, what's interesting is, because Mum says basically, what if her body felt she was going to fall and played that dream really, really quick in her mind
to wake her up?
That's fair enough, but the time it took, because she said it seemed like a longer dream than falling out of bed, But yeah, it's like that time and in your mind.
Well, it's like if you was in a car accident, you know you're about to get into a serious car accident, time slows down, doesn't it? Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah.
So you got to think that is literally obviously the brain. You know, is I think for the brain it's a coping mechanism. So if you was in a car crash, knew you were about to be in a serious car crash, I think it slows it down to, I think, for you to control, like, be able to cope with it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Again, research might have to be put into this, but yeah, I think I've looked at it, and I'm thinking it's probably more of a coping mechanism for your brain to tell you, right, I'm just about to have a car crash, so I'm going to slow things down so that it sort of confuses you in a way. Then by the time the car accident's happened, you ain't got no recollection. Then adrenaline's going to go through your body, so it's what the hell happened here? You know what I mean? Scenario.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's true about the brain. It's the brain is a muscle, isn't it? It's
well, I mean,
right. I don't know if I
just like
got
that
that wrong.
comment, dreams having meaning to them if you pay attention to them. And like you were saying there, it slows time down. Like those instances can feel like they're lasting for ages, but it's also giving you time to brain to think and think through it.
Yeah. Because I've been through some car crashes, and I've had one major car crash that I should have been dead. And from knowing before the collision to after, it happened so fast, I didn't even realise what actually happened till, after everything was like, so in some ways the brain knows, so it puts it into a, position of like the body, this could happen, got to do this. So either slows it down, does what it needs to do, or it reacts in different ways depending on what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And well, I'm glad you were all right from that crash, right? But yeah, it sounds like it's quite serious. So, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, I walked away with no scratches or nothing on me. I just got literally wedged in between the two front passenger car seats. Wow. So I literally, I should have gone flying through the windscreen like Superman, and literally should have died at some impact, but I didn't. Wow. And I wasn't a big lad at the time. I was quite skinny, so I was, revolving in my brain so much, thinking should have died. But then I'm like, you didn't, so you weren't meant to. So
exactly. Yeah, and walk away from it in a way is a positive, I guess, because it is a positive, isn't it? I mean, mum and eight. Just want to say to Dawn, thanks for coming on, and she says that she's got to leave as they have storms coming in and out, making connection lag. Well, I hope everything is all right, Dawn, over there. Linda says hello. Hello, Linda. How you doing? And one from Samantha Baker. I can remember one hot summer day, I was in a lounge with my ex-partner, stood there. We could both hear my dad's sheepdog crying and barking. My dad's dog was cremated and scattered both miles away. Right. So they were cremated, scattered miles away, but you could still hear dog crying and barking. That's pretty. When stuff like that happens, that's interesting.
Yeah, but it's obviously a sign that the dog wanted to be by your side, stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. I've just we will have to end soon, Daryl, because some of the shows.
There'll be shows.
So, so Daryl, what's your plans? Have you got any plans coming up?
Well, obviously, I'll be moving at some stage, but once that comes out, I've settled and stuff like that, then putting like things, booking it and stuff like that, and going forward a lot more things. So all I say is watch his space.
Yes, definitely. And also, we've said first time we spoke, me and yourself, and but one thing we are going to do is at some point we're going to organise a meetup, aren't we? And we've got a couple of locations that we want to look at, so we'll make sure that happens. And and I hope, Daryl, as well. You'd be good for you coming back on the show as well.
Happy to anytime.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, we can look at different subjects as well. Also, a couple of like evidence bits that we've got. Could have a look, see what you think, see if it could have come from somewhere else, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that'd be good if you're up for that, Daryl.
Definitely, yeah.
That'd be good. Thanks to everyone in comments, and thank you, Samantha Baker. She says it was lovely talking. I enjoyed tonight's show. It's been a pleasure. Definitely, it's been a pleasure having everyone in comments. And Daryl, thank you very much. And if people want to see your updates and things like that, where's the best place to catch you?
Obviously on my Instagram page and obviously my YouTube, but I'm sure I'd link them in the comments below. That's all right. And obviously Facebook as well. So them 3 places mostly.
No, yeah, definitely. And we'll share them as well. So yeah, that'll be great, because it's always great to hear from other people, see what everyone's getting up to, because we're all trying to find answers to loads of, not just there's loads of different questions we're all asking, isn't it? So it's brilliant. So thank you, Daryl, and and we'll see you soon, and we'll definitely organise that meetup.
Yeah, definitely,
yeah, definitely. Thank you, everyone, and goodbye.
See you later.